Start. Okay. Sorry for the delay. You guys have been waiting forever. I still don't have it right, but it's at least I can see myself today. So anyway, welcome this morning, Friday. Woo! Yeah, it's crazy. Connor's here with a babysitter. So yeah, out playing. So we just got back from Yellowstone, and on the way there, it's just a long drive. And first we drove all the way to the Badlands, and then we stayed the night in the Badlands, which was fabulous. I don't know if you've ever done that, but it was great. We had these little cabins actually on the site within the park, which was awesome. But that was like an 8-hour drive, I think, 7.5. And then from there, we went to the Black Hills, stayed a couple nights, which wasn't very far, but then the trek over to Yellowstone's a long way. And I thought of this plaque I gave Mike that says, life is a journey, enjoy the ride. I had to keep telling myself that. And it is a beautiful drive. Even Wyoming, there's nothing there. It's beautiful. It's different than Iowa. There's lots to see. So we need to remember that no matter what we're doing, that life is a journey. You just have to enjoy every moment of it. So close your eyes this morning and embark on a journey of your breath. So just notice as you inhale and as you exhale. Try to draw in a little bit deeper breath and exhale completely. And just turn your thoughts to your physical body and how it moves, changes as you breathe in and out. And please bring hands to heart center. May we all remember to enjoy the ride of our lives every day is different, and there's lots of beauty and grace to notice and appreciate. Please lower your hands, open your eyes, and come on into child's pose. And just see how the breath still feels as it moves in and out. And then try to walk your hands forward. Just really feeling length in your side body. And come up on fingertips. Lengthen the back of your neck a little. Walk your fingers a little further. Lift the armpits, broaden the clavicles. And then ground just the right hand down and move it to the right side a little bit more. Ground it down and then reach the left hand over on top of it. And maybe shift your hips to the left a little bit. Just feel a nice stretch in the left side body. And then switch. So bring the left hand wide, place the right hand on top. And unwind. And come on up to all fours. And just kind of move any way you want to warm up the core and the joints. You can do cow cat, you can do hula hoop if you want. That's what I'm going to do because I feel like that incorporates cow cat, but it also gets the sides. You can feel, so pretend like there's a hula hoop around your waist and move it in a circle if you want to do that. Be sure and switch directions. Even close your eyes to feel more completely. And then pause with a flat back. Just make sure your core is set. Extend the right leg. Draw the rib cage back, really feel stable. Extend the left arm. And just ask yourself, what kind of a paw print are you making with your right hand? So I bought this book for Connor that was Who Pooped in the Woods. And it showed the different scat of all the different animals in Yellowstone and then also the paw prints. So think of your paw print. Are you even? Good. Bring the left hand down, bring the right foot to the mat, and just stretch through the ball of the foot. You can lift the heel and stretch a few times. Good. And then swivel your left foot off to the left side and ground your right foot down. And then open up to a side plank variation, just opening your heart. In a moment. Feels really good on my shoulders. Hopefully it does on yours. Broaden the clavicles. Open up. Good. And then come back to all fours and we'll switch sides. So right knee comes in, extend the left leg and the right arm. Being mindful with your paw print. Even the foot that's lifted, think kind of a imprint would I make on the in the air. Is it even? Draw the rib cage back, lengthen the back of your neck a little bit, broaden the clavicles. You feel super strong. Could bring the right hand down. Bring the left ball of the foot down. You can notice, you can maybe look back at your foot. Do you use all 5 toes? Are they mostly straight ahead? And lift the heel and stretch through it. And then swiveling your right foot off to the right, ground the left foot down and open up. Stretch out the heart. Now I wish I couldn't see myself on the big screen because I can see my belly hanging out. Ah, yeah, bear it all. Good, and then come on down to all fours. Extend your right arm up and thread it underneath for thread the needle. I want you to kind of focus on the lower body staying the same so that you just feel it, the twist in your spine. You can feel a stretch in your shoulder. If you want to, you can bring your left hand to your hip if you're comfortable where you're at, or even wrap it. One more breath. And please unwind and we'll switch. So extend the left arm and thread it under. Possibly right hand to hip or wrap. And unwind. Curl, keep the toes curled under and walk back, maybe sit on the heels if that's working for you this morning with your knees, with your feet. And if it is, then stretch your arms up. If it's not, just stay forward. And really work on feeling that long side body. And then come on back down. Walk forward. Make your hands a little bit forward of your shoulders. And just bring your knees a little bit wider and your hands a little bit wider. So you're just slightly wider than hip and shoulders. And then lift to a downward facing dog like that. And be really mindful of the prints you're making with your hands, with your feet. We get into such a hurry to get into the final pose. I just want you to kind of be very mindful and notice along the journey how it feels, how you want it to feel. Can you make that perfect, even handprint and footprint? No, it's okay. You just kind of work with what you got. Walk your dog a little bit. And one hand at a time, walk your hands back to your feet. So you're at the back of your mat in this wider forward fold. And again, just notice your feet and what kind of a print you would make there. Is it even in the heel and in the ball of the foot, toes? And then 3 times pranam. So inhale, extend, exhale, lower. 2, and lower. 3, And then inhale, sweep all the way up. Hands to the sky, look up. And bring hands to heart center. Good, release. Bring your feet a little closer, more like hip distance. Stand on your right foot and lift your left knee. And even the foot that's in the air, ask yourself what kind of a footprint you would make. Use your core, lengthen up. And release. Switch sides. Standing on the left foot. Lift the right knee. Hug your right hip in, your left hip in. Lengthen up. And release. It's got a loud voice. And come back to the first side. Get the door closed, but. And this time, grab the knee with your left hand. Find stability and then allow the knee to come off to the side. Hugging that right hip in so that you feel stable. Maybe make a little bit of a circle with the lifted leg. Just kind of rotating it in the socket. Bring it back to center and release. It's challenging. Switch sides. Lift, grab it with the right hand. Keep the right hip crease back though. Hug the left hip in and bring it off to the side. And then see, maybe a little circle. Just kind of moving it in the socket, noticing how mobile you are. And bringing it back to center and release. Good. Inhale, stretch your arms up, interlace the fingers, press the palms up. And remember, just kind of feel your feet, that all parts are connected. Keep that as you arc to the right. So even though you're leaning more towards your right foot, can you keep really grounded and making a great footprint with your left foot? Shoulders stay square to the front. And come on back up and switch arc to your left side, making that footprint with your right foot. And breathing, enjoying the whole journey into each pose. Come on back to center. Release the hands and fold forward. And walking your hands out, one hand at a time, maybe bending your knees to come to downward facing dog again. Regular down dog this time, not so wide. Just walk it out. And then please come forward to plank pose. And check again, what kind of paw prints would you make? Can you broaden the clavicles a little bit? Lengthen through the top of the head, lengthen the back of the neck. Maybe just kind of slowly sway forward and back a little bit just to keep feeling that weight in all parts of the feet, all parts of, actually the heels are lifted, so all 10 toes. Draw your rib cage back. Two more breaths if you can. And then lower your knees and lower all the way down. Stretch your toes long. And then 3 times I'm going to have you lift to cobra. So think rib cage stays intact, but you're going to lift up on the inhale and exhale back down. Inhale, lift. Really noticing the whole journey. Exhale, lower. And on this 3rd time, hold at the top. So inhale, lift, hold at the top, maybe twist to your right a little bit. Twist to your left, keeping side body long, both sides. Come back to center and lower down. Curling the toes under, push back to all fours. Actually, don't curl the toes under. Straighten the toes out. Press the tops of the feet down. And then walk back to sit on your heels again, just giving yourself a little ankle stretch. And if that feels good with your knees, with your feet, press all 10 toes down. Stretch your arms up. Just ask yourself, do you lean on one side more than the other? I always kind of try and notice these things. Yeah. And then come on back down. Walk forward to all fours. I'm going to have you grab your blocks and bring it under your hands. If you want, you don't have to use them, but I'm going to step your right foot up there. Left knee stays grounded. Just kind of notice, hug to the midline. Bring your hands to your front knee. And then just very mindfully and slowly enjoy a journey up. Maybe let your arms dangle and stretch up to Anjali Asana, monkey lunge. Notice how the pose evolves as you breathe and notice. And on your exhale, touch the blocks. Slide your hips back to straighten the right leg. You can walk the blocks back. Again, just kind of notice, did one hip lift higher? Did you inner or outer spiral the right leg? If you did, inner spiral it so that you can straighten it out. Make a really good paw print in the air. Draw the leg into the socket and then stretch the toes long with all that muscle energy in the foot and in the leg, and possibly fold. One more breath. And on the next inhale, bend the front knee. Bring the blocks forward so they're there. Lift the back knee to a deep lunge. And again, just inhale, lift the heel high. Exhale, maybe bend the heel towards the floor. Try not to, I noticed my right knee was moving. I just wanted to work the back leg on this. So try to keep the right knee stable. Good. And then shift the weight to your right foot and step forward if you can to forward fold. Possibly the blocks will have to come forward. It's up to you. And then please step the right foot back all the way to deep lunge. Lower the back knee and start the journey up to Anjaneyasana, just being mindful, keeping everything square and stretching up. Good. On your next exhale, touch the blocks, slide the hips back, bring the blocks back if that works. I always have to move my heel a little bit and just kind of same thing, just keep a little baby bend. Really make a good paw print. Draw the leg into the socket. Start with, the hip a little wider because we have a tendency to kind of shift our weight to the right. So just keep it right in the middle. And then if you want, stretch the toes. Good, bending back into the front knee. Lift the back knee. Set the left leg. Lift the right heel high. And then stretch. So the left knee stays right above the ankle. Lift and extend. One more time. Extend. Good. And then step back to down dog on the blocks. Extend the right leg. Bend the right knee. Open up to a little wild dog. Don't let the left shoulder drop. Just feel a nice quad stretch. Good, square up the hips, step the right foot all the way through, deep lunge. And step forward, forward fold. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. See what kind of paw print you're making as you come all the way up, sweep all the way up. And then as you exhale, hands to heart center, bend the knees, sit into Utkatasana, chair pose. And just ask yourself, okay, am I leaning one way or the other? Do I have everything even? Does it feel good in my knees? Now keep the lower body the same. So draw your rib cage back. Keep the lower body the same. Sits bones stay back. Twist to your right. You don't have to lean forward and bring the elbow to the knee. Just feel a twist. Notice if your left knee comes forward. And then keeping everything the same in the low body. Come back to center and then twist to your left. It's really being mindful. Keeping both feet super grounded. Come back to center. Lean forward, Uttanasana. And then step back to down dog on the blocks. Extend the left leg. Bend the knee, stack the hip, keep the right shoulder, armpit lifted. Wild dog on this side. Nice stretch. Good. Square up the hips. Step that foot through, deep lunge. Now step the back foot forward a little bit so you can ground it down, straighten the left leg. Pyramid pose. So the right toes might face out a little bit. It's really hard to get the even footprint on that back foot and keep the hips square. I want you to try. You might have to go to the higher height of the blocks if your hamstrings are telling you that. Good, excellent. Couple breaths there, just kind of exploring. I always kind of try to lean to the right, so I'm trying to keep it square and in the middle. Even weight even in that left foot, even though my heel has, you know, it's closer so it can feel more weight. Try and keep it in the ball of the foot and the toes as well. Good. Step forward and switch left foot back to that pyramid position. Right leg straightens. Same thing. Just be really mindful. If you can't feel your back heel, step forward a little bit. Feel weight in all parts of your front foot. Don't lean to the left. Keep everything square. Right hip crease stays back. Spine nice and long. And breathe. Good. Bend into the front knee. Lift the back heel. Set the blocks off to the side for a moment and step back to down dog without the blocks this time. Inhale, come to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, lower. And go ahead and sit all the way back to a little child's pose. Just stack your hands under your forehead. And then make your way to all fours. I'm going to have you grab the blocks again if you want. You don't have to. And come to downward facing dog. Extend the right leg and step it through. Deep lunge. Lower the back knee. On the inhale, stretch up Anjane Asana. Remember to enjoy the journey. But maybe you don't get totally into the pose. Takes a few breaths to really notice, see if you're feeling stable. And on your exhale, bring hands to heart center. Draw the rib cage back a little more. You're going to keep the lower body the same. Twist to your right. Bring the left elbow on the right knee. And if you want to, lift the back knee. See if you can still feel stable through your feet, through your legs. Good. Unwind. touch the blocks for a moment. You might want to adjust your back foot. I don't know, because I'm going to have you come up to crescent. And just notice along the way, if you're really grounded through the feet, you're making that good, nice, identifiable human print. One more breath. And touch down. Good, step back. Down dog. Then the left leg, step it through, deep lunge. Lower the back knee. Just take your time coming on up to Anjane. Draw your low belly up. On your next exhale, hands to heart center. Try and maintain as you twist. If you want, lift the back knee. Only if you're feeling stable. One more breath. Unwind, touch the blocks. Adjust the back foot if you need to. Make your way slowly up, really noticing crescent warrior. Lower body stays really strong and stable. And then on your next exhale, touch down. Step forward, forward fold. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Good, now everyone turn towards the middle and take a wide stance. You can keep your blocks there in case you need to grab them. I'm gonna move mine out of the way. So wide stance, be really mindful, try to make the best footprint that you can. So the outside of the foot feels grounded as well as the inside. It's easier to feel the inside, right? Lift the arches, stretch your arms up. So the rib cage back, lengthen up. On the exhale, bring your arms to T. Good, turn just your front foot. So for some of you, that'll be your right. Some of you, it'll be your left. Bend into the front knee. Now check out that back foot. Did it change? Front foot, did it change? Can you get the shoulders on the back more? Couple breaths. Good, now Parsvakonasana, you can bring elbow to knee. The back hand comes up and maybe over by the ear. And if you want to go deeper, you can go to the floor. Just make it a journey, an exploration. Don't be so anxious to get to the end. On your next inhale, come back, warrior two. Just check, see, did anything shift? Do I need to find that back foot a little more? Reverse it. back hand down, front hand up. Notice. Come back, warrior two. Good. Stretch the arms up, straighten the front leg, turn that foot and leg forward, and switch sides. So turn that leg out. As you bend into the front knee, bring your arms to T. I'm not giving your arms a break today. Feel the back foot, feel the front foot, work all the way up the body. Enjoy the journey to Parsvakonasana. Extended side angle pose. Elbow to knee to start, and then you can always go deeper if your body's telling you, yeah, I'm warm enough, I want to go deeper. Not necessary though. Ask yourself, did anything change with my feet, with my legs? I'm really being mindful. Come back up, warrior two. When you've identified that everything's good, reverse it. Back to warrior two. Inhale to straighten the arms up towards the ceiling, straighten the leg, and turn back toward the front. Really be mindful with your feet, and then forward fold into Prasarita. And just kind of notice all the way down whether things kind of shift and change, or if you can try and keep just as stable. As you breathe into this pose, how does the journey feel? Maybe it goes deeper, maybe not. Maybe you just really notice the feet more or the legs more. Try and lift the arches. Good. On your next inhale, you might have to bend the knees a little bit, straighten and come up, extend the arms. Turn the front foot forward again. Bring the arms to T as you bend back to warrior two. Good. Straighten the front leg this time. And take a journey into triangle pose. Start high. You can always go deeper. Feel your big toe mound still? Both feet. One more breath. Come on back up. Bend into warrior two. And then inhale, stretch the arms up, straighten the front leg and turn it forward. And turn the opposite foot out, so towards the back. Bend the front knee, warrior two. Feeling really stable and strong. Inhale, straighten the leg. And exhale, begin your journey to triangle. How's your back foot? Do you still feel it? Making a good footprint, identifiable footprint. And inhale, come back up, warrior two. Straighten the front leg, stretch the arms up, turn the right foot forward or your left, depending on what it is, and fold forward again. Prasarta, wide-legged forward fold. Think sits bones back, weight in all parts of the feet, even the outside edge. And then come up like a pranam with your hands right under your shoulders. Endeavor to keep the low body the same. Draw the rib cage back a little bit. Bring your left hand to your hip and twist to your left, but keep everything else the same. You might have to bend your knees. It's okay if you do. It's not a deep twist. Good, unwind. And switch, right hand to the hip, left hand stable, and a little twist. Try and keep the curve in your low back a little bit. Low body stays the same. It won't be as deep of a twist. Just feel different things through your feet and your legs. And unwind. Good, now heel, toe, bring your feet towards each other. And then come down to your version of a deep squat. Let's still try and keep really active feet. Keep the arches lifted. Maybe the heels are lifted, that's totally fine. And then you want your blanket, you can use it. Sit towards the back of your mat there and bring your legs to a wider stance. And you can inner spiral a little bit if you'd like. And just because we've been doing it, inhale, stretch your arms straight up. I want you to feel grounded through the heels, through the sits bones, long spine. Good, and then bring the hands forward and fold forward, but keep everything low body the same. Try not to cause anything but lengthen your spine. Upavista Konasana. And then come up enough that you can walk your hands towards your left leg. And just kind of feel the foot, feel the leg. Maybe bring your right hand to the outside of the foot, or the ankle or the shin, wherever it works for you. And then come back to center and over to the other side. Try to keep the low body the same no matter what in this variation. Just take your time journeying with your breath. Where do you feel it? Where does it feel like a nice stretch? Where do you feel like you need improvement? Good. And then unwind, come back to center and walk your up. Bring your leg towards the front so that you can scooch forward enough that your if you laid down, your head would still be on the mat. Bring your hands behind your thighs. Lean back and lift up to Navasana. Even here, I think of my feet. You can let go if you want. Lift your heart. Bring both hands to the right side. Bring both hands to the left side. Good. Come back to center and release the feet to the floor and go ahead and lay down now. One more core strengthener. So I want you to notice your tailbone, your sacrum kind of grounded. You have a little curve in your low back. Now draw your rib cage back, draw your low belly up, lift your shins parallel to the floor, flex the feet, hands on the middle thigh, and press away and up. Should feel some work in your core, but not so much that you can't breathe. Abdominal bracing. Notice if you have one side that works harder than the other. One more breath. And then hug your knees in towards your chest. Just enjoy that for a moment. Lights off. And then just holding on to your right knee, bring your left foot flat. And you might have to move the right knee away from you slightly so that you feel like you have the curve in your low back. You can do that abdominal bracing and then extend the left leg. And then just move your hands behind the right thigh. Press the thigh into your hands and straighten the right leg. And flex and point a few times, just loosen up the ankle. And then bending the left knee again, foot flat. Release the right thigh and bring the ankle across the left thigh. And just kind of check everything's lined up. I just want to feel a stretch in my right hip. If this isn't enough stretch, you can lift the left foot up and interlace behind. But for this variation, I just want you to keep your arms full length and work on opening the right thigh. Keep the right foot active. Big stretch at the right hip. Keep the abdominal bracing. It's gonna isolate that stretch to the hip. Good, and release, unwind, and we'll switch. So right foot's flat. Hug the left knee in. Just enough that you don't feel like you've compromised anything in your back. So you can feel that abdominal bracing position. Then extend the right leg. And even that right foot stays super active. Interlace behind your left thigh. Press and straighten the leg. Flex and point a few times. And then bending the right knee, bring the ankle across the thigh. Interlace behind if you need more stretch. Don't get so anxious to do it as much as you can to get to that really extreme position. Just enjoy the way there. And notice how when you breathe into a pose, it just kind of evolves and maybe goes deeper than what you even imagined it could. If you're slow and mindful. And release to the floor again. I forgot to do this with the first side. Bring your arms to cactus. Allow your right knee and your left foot to move to the right side, but keep your shoulders down for a little twist here. Yeah. Hopefully that feels good. Full breaths. And coming back up. Switch now, left foot down, right ankle across, and allow the whole configuration to move to the left. Try and breathe into your right hip. I'm trying to tell myself that because, wow, does it feel tight? And coming back to center. Unwind your feet. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees open. And just bring your hands on your belly so you can really feel the breath. And slowly close your knees and stretch out for a journey to a deep relaxation, Savasana. Savasana. Oh, I can't talk today. So utilize your breath as you start your journey. And just scan from head to toe. Relaxing each part as it becomes apparent that it's not totally relaxed. Sometimes if you engage the muscles there and then release them, you'll feel a deeper relaxation. When you feel like you've relaxed all of your body parts, just relax your mind, letting go of thoughts that occur, just allow them to pass by. As you relax in Shavasana, I just want to give you a few thoughts from Marianne Williamson. The journey of enlightenment is a journey of the mind, from a focus on the body to a focus on spirit, from a limited sense of self to an unlimited sense of self, from a sense of separateness to a sense of unity, from blame to blessing, and from fear to love. This journey of my mind and heart are not always easy, but always miraculous. Changes every aspect of my life. Transforms my nervous system, my energy, and my internal state of being. It leads to changes in my behavior and to shifts in how other people respond to me. As enlightenment becomes my goal, my life is free to transform. I release my attachment to lower things, allowing my mind to be guided into higher realms. Fear dissolves and my love flows forth. I am redeemed and I am changed. Notice extremities. Use the waves of your breath to come on back. Take your time, enjoy the journey to seated. Just draw your knees in when you're ready. Roll to the right. Push on up. Let's bring hands to heart center. Thanks for practicing today. Appreciate it. Bow to the light in each of you. Namaste. Enjoy today's journey wherever it takes you. Have a great day, you guys.
Thanks, Lisa.
Thank
Thank you, Lisa.
you. Bye. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.